Gaurav is a lead engineer at Bluejeans Network, and he is leading quality and automation engineering on API middleware to support Bluejeans video conferencing product. I think he will speak better about himself, tell us his story rather than me. Over to you, Gaurav. Time starts again now.
गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरु आपने गोविंद दियो मिलाए. If I confront the God and my teacher, and if I have to greet anyone first, I would greet my teacher first, because of that teacher I am able to reach at this platform and I am able to meet God. Taking this opportunity to thank all my teachers so far and gurus who have helped me reach at this platform. Thank you so much. Welcome to the world of Kabir. Kabir was the mystical saint in 15th century, and he has spoken about pearls of wisdom and religion, death, everything. And his idea was always that the God is one, but the ways of worship are different. Taking this opportunity to share my perspective on how you can lead a good product, you can bring in the thought leadership the Kabir way. What do you see here? It's a date tree. Who would like to climb this tree to fetch the fruit date? It's very risky, right? It's quite tall. And on a sunny day, if someone has to rest below it, I mean, it's really, really tough for him to take a rest because it's a sunny day. So, if the tree is the product and the feature is date, it is very hard to realize the value of this particular product. For this, Kabir says, बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ जैसे पेड़ खजूर पंथी को छाया नहीं फल लागे अति दूर. In that context, make a product which is feasible, desirable and viable. We desire to fetch the date fruit, but then it's really, really far from our reach. Okay? And it is desirable, but then how to do it, what to do. Okay? So think feasibility, think viability, think desirability. Now let's move forward to understand and see the examples which has happened so far. And out of hundreds and thousands of successful products, I have come up with two products, one successful and one, I would not call it failure, but then could have been done better. Any guesses of a successful product? iPhone? iPad? No, I don't think so. They are successful, but not on my list. I am sharing a product called as Super Mario Franchising. This is a fantastic product which our parents' era has seen. Even we grew up playing this game. I am sure everyone in this room knows this character. This character, Mario, holds the Guinness Book of World Record to be the most favorite video game actor. And till date, till 2011, 232 million copies of this video game has been sold, which is one of the largest copies sold so far. Isn't this a successful product? It is. It has connected with everyone of every age. Let's move on to the next product, which I am sure everyone knows about it and would like to share, Google Glass. It comes from a very good brand, very big brand. It is high tech, right? But it is costed at $1,500 and it is very prone to breakage. If your kid just flips on it, it goes down, it breaks. End user could not see the value coming out of this particular product. Hence, it did not really kick off. But then Google has not given up on this idea. They are definitely putting up more efforts to make this much more better and reachable to everyone. So, think feasibility, think viability, think desirability. Bring your product or idea to the intersection of all these three spheres. Let's move forward. I mean, this is my favorite movie, Kung Fu Panda, and if you can see this particular scene where Master Oogway and Master Shifu are talking below the peach tree. Okay, there is a situation in the movie where a furious fighter called a Stylum is on its way, to reach the village and destroy it. And the problem is that the solution which Master Ugwe has found out is that Po, who would be the dragon warrior, but the reality is that he is not trained to, do Kung Fu, right? Here, in this particular scene, Master Ugwe is trying to tell Shifu that few things are made by destiny. These are nature's destiny, often termed it as there are no accidents, right? You would have seen this, heard this particular dialogue. So what he says here is, Shifu, I cannot make this tree blossom when it suits me, nor I can make this bear fruit before its time. What he means to say is that trust in nature's destiny. If few things are made to happen in a way, it would happen in that way. So this Kabir says, "Dhire dhire re bana, dhire sab kuch hoye, mali siiche 100 bhada, ritu aaye phal hoye." Even if the farmer gives 100 times the water to the plant, it would not grow at 100 times the rate, nor it would give you fruit early, even if you are putting efforts to do it. Things would happen in time. Think perseverance. Be patient. Things would happen. Even if you are doing hard work, even if you are putting a lot of effort to, get to a successful state, things may take its own time. You may not know the future. You may not know the destiny. There are a few examples. John Hawkey, the creator of Pokemon Go, right? It took 20 years for him to realize that it's my overnight success. He would have been successful, but his bar of measuring that success came with this particular product. Another example is where Momofuku Ando was 61 years old when he realized that now I'm successful. There are a couple of more examples like this, Brian and Elon Musk. It went very fast. Elon Musk, right? So there is one thing common in all these 4 characters. There are many. I just chose 4. That they were always perseverant to their idea, and they wanted it to take time, or they were okay about taking time to reach successfulness. So be perseverant. How many of you know this celebrity? He is legendary SD Burma. I'm sure you would know him. He is R.D. Burman, and I'm sure everyone would know him. Kishore Kumar. Now there is a story among all these 3 which happens. Let me share it. So when R.D. Burman was 9 years old, his father S.D. Burman told him that, R.D. Burman, look at this guy, Abhash. His name was Abhash. He got famous with the name called as Kishore Kumar. Abhash would be here in the music industry for very, very long time. Keep a watch on him. When he was 9 years old. Okay? To cut the long story short, Kishore Kumar had his share of struggle, where his potential was not really recognized by a lot of music directors in Bollywood industry. In 2 decades of perseverance, Kishore Kumar actually became the CEO of male singers in music industry. Okay, it was S.D. Burman who identified the talent of Kishore Kumar. Kabir says, "Kabir lehri simand ki, moti bikhre ai, bagula bhed na janiye, hansa chuni chuni khai." Swan is the animal who is able to identify pearls which ocean gets, lot of pearls, thousands, hundreds. But bagula never notices the difference between a pearl and a stone, right? So we need to be the swan. We need to recognize the talent, ahead of time, and whatever data preparations we have to do. And we have to recognize the opportunity where that talent can be utilized. So creating an opportunity where there exists none is something which we as a product owners have to really do in our day-to-day life. Awesome. Okay. So recognize opportunity. Once recognized, work on it, work hard on it. I mean, this man needs no introduction. Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is an empathetic speaker. connects with millions of people at one single time. How? He is an awesome communicator. Okay? Communication does not just come with speaking, it comes with listening as well. So he listens to people in Man Ki Baat radio show, which is a really super hit, so that every person or nationalist of India can reach out to him, right? Here, Kabir says, "Boli ek anmol hai, jo koi bole jani. Ye taraju toli ke tab mukh bahar aani." In summary, he said, think before you speak, analyze it before you speak. For whom you are speaking this content to, right? Does he really understand you? Do you understand the context at which they are coming at? Communicate effectively. Sometimes your audience is not really big, okay? But you communicate with your expressions, you communicate with music, not just with words, with your tone, with your respect. So communicate to express. So these are 4 dohas which I have used in my slides, which can be really useful for budding product managers and even existing product managers as well. But there are hundreds and thousands of dohas which would connect to each one of you in a totally different way. Just to conclude, I would say, बुरा जो देखन मैं चला, बुरा ना मिलिया कोई, जो दिल खोजा आपना, मुझसे बुरा ना कोई. If I think only about negative things about any other product, there is a high possibility that the product is not negative. It's me who is negative. So be positive, you will feel positive, and you will spread the positivity around the world. Thank you.
I'd now like to ask the audience to please whip out your smartphones and vote for Gaurav. Gaurav will be the speaker on your Class Dojo apps, the first speaker. You have 30 seconds to vote.
So Gaurav, thanks a lot for sharing that. I felt like I learned some new things, some interesting things that I had not known before. So you definitely contributed to some of my, learning here.
Okay.
But I felt like there was no consistent theme that tied everything together. I mean, you started off with, the CEO of the product, but the 4 things that you highlighted, why were those 4 that you chose? So I felt I was trying to go back and tie it back to the title of your talk. So I was struggling a little bit there. And so I would kind of just advise you to, if you have a certain theme for your particular talk, then establish why that theme is important, and then what is about that theme, about that topic that you want to share with all of us, and then bring it back to that theme in terms of, hence now, why is, what should we do, right? So that's my feedback. Again, I learned a few things that I had not known before, so thanks for that. But I would encourage you to focus on making it a little bit more, everything come together.
Sure.
Okay? So thanks. So I'm going to give you a 6.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Rahul. Professor Ram, if you could give your feedback and score.
So I won't repeat what Rahul said because he captured it very well. So let me just talk a little bit about your delivery style, which could probably, you can work on a little more. One thing is, I would say, as a presenter, you should know your slides. So you keep turning back to your slide, which is a little disturbing for the audience because they don't know whether to look at you, look up at the slide, because you're looking at it as well. So I would suggest that while the slide is there, your storytelling, the slide is just a prop, right? So you should not be losing sight of the audience at any moment, because it also, takes you a little bit of time to turn back and refocus back on the audience. So I would say, from a delivery style, certainly that. And then I would just amplify what Rahul has already covered is, I think you picked a unique theme, which was interesting, right? You were trying to mix poetry with real world, and which I think was very good, very unique to start with. But at the same time, I was having the same issue. Is I was trying to connect what you're saying with what your title was, with trying to figure out what is the storyline you want to convey. What is the big takeaway that I should walk away with at the end of the whole thing? So I think maybe you want to tie those 2 things together.
Sure.
So I will be a little more charitable than Rahul was. So I'll go with a 7. I heard he's a very tough grader.
Okay.
right? So I think staying with that
so
theme.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Professor Vasudev Murthy.
That was very interesting. I really liked it. So, but I think the danger is of trying to mix classical poetry to convey a message is that you are also wasting additional time in interpreting the words of a certain kind of language, and in that itself, we are adding more and more obstacles to where you want to go. So, in terms of uniqueness, I think we can't fault it. But it's just that I think there are inherent problems here of getting the message across because of additional layers you've been forced to add. We don't necessarily identify that language immediately.
Right.
I thought it was good. Again, the point about having to look back once in a while and is there. I really would have liked to see some more zest, maybe 10% more of passion, something flashing in your eyes.
Okay.
I would have liked to see that. But maybe it was there. My glasses were covering it. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I would like to give you a 6. Is that fine?
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
So, that is our jury. Now, Dheeraj, if we could see the audience score on Gaurav. Gaurav got a 67%, which works out to 6.7. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.